bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Another run, this time Forte. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Flushed out right. Complete to Amaro on the right side. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Got a little handsy there, defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Back to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll look to throw. And he finds Jace Amaro. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Let's go!
And the slot man goes in motion left. First down and goal to go from the 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong, you don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to do.
They've got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And quickly they get to the line. Back to throw. And caught by Cameron right side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Cameron the man in motion. He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And his kick is indeed good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go now.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Petty. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. We've got a 3rd and 11. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Tannehill with his first throw in OT. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
On the counter, Forte. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Petty now. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. A give to the fullback on the dive. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Drops it underneath to Forte. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road. So a good kick there.